Good afternoon, everybody. How's it going? It is 3:53 p.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday, June 22nd. This year is flying by. So, been a minute since I've been here. So, I want to pick up where we left off with the potential short squeeze that did not happen. The reasons I was out, I had an employee get COVID, so I was doing a lot of filling in and doing a lot of work. So I didn't want to burn myself out. The other reason is not much has changed, but I wanted to make sure I got a video in today because, well, it has changed today. Some scary moments, some excitement, and then some fear. So I want to get into that. I want to pick up where we left off talking about the short squeeze. I want to go over some news articles really quick. I want to talk about too how and why we got to 64,000. Why I think 30 to 35,000 is a good fair market value for everybody. You know, the actual amount of money that's invested right now and the interest and the adoption and stuff like that. Want to get into a little bit of yield farming at the end. Talk about the pros, the cons, what happened to iron finance with Titan that pretty much went to zero, and why most of these just kind of go down, what the pros and cons are to them, kind of what I'm experimenting with. So if you do like that, please hit the like button, subscribe, and I would greatly appreciate it. Other than that, please remember none of this is considered financial advice. It's for entertainment, informational, educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a trader, but I do want to share my opinion. So let's get right into it. So what were we looking at? We were looking at Bitcoin shorts, and they were piling on the shorts. And, they were coming in heavy, and the price was moving up, and we had some news that was potentially big, 489 million more Bitcoin from Michael Saylor. So we know what his intentions are, is he's in it for the long haul, whether it goes to 5,000 again or whether it goes up to 400,000. For me, it's just a supply and demand thing, and if they can run it up, why wouldn't they? So why wouldn't they? Well, I'll tell you why. First of all, the short squeeze didn't happen. This wasn't big enough. Didn't get enough people excited. Shorts piled on a little more. People saw that we got rejected below 42,000 and just sold off for like 7 or 8 days. So anyways, that's where we're at. And then we also saw that we cracked 30,000 on the downside. The big thing that we're watching, as you know, if you've been watching these videos, is a close below 30,000 is the main thing. I look at that as if you invert it and you're having a breakout, I view that as a failed breakout. So anyways, no short squeeze happened. So why are we sitting here at fair value? Well, this is what I think, right? The people who are invested and bullish on Bitcoin were trading with more money than they had. And they were trading on leverage. So it got up to 64,000 on money that people were borrowing to buy. And there's still a little bit of that. And I don't think we're going to move up until it's really, really, really died down, because you can't run the price. I've always said this is like penny stocks on steroids. Crypto is like penny stocks on steroids. A price can't raise if there's too much selling pressure. So if you got people with double or triple the amount of money they actually have, there's going to be double to triple the amount of selling pressure when they decide to sell. So they had to get wiped out. Me, I trade margin in a bull run, generally top out at like 2 times margin. I wait till my first time that I get, pretty significant loss. That happened when Biden announced the 43% capital gains, and then I was done with it, and then it's capital preservation. I did have another loss when I bought up here when we put a low in above the 50-day moving average, and I lost there, and then I had a loss at 42,000 when I thought we were going to hold 42,000, and we definitely didn't. So stopped out a few times. The key in a bear market is minimize your losses. So everybody that I know is down, it's just minimize your losses. I think if you're up, then congratulations, good job making money in a bear market. Going long is great. If you're shorting, that's another thing. So anyways, leverage trader. So let's see, haven't been using KuCoin really, so I don't really have any money in here, but if we go to margin account, right, and we go to, I don't even remember where the borrow button is. If we borrow Tether, right, we see, look at these rates. So these were as high as like over 0.5% a day. So that's good. It means that they're getting run out. Let's go to Twitter real quick. Wanted to share something that I thought I had pulled up. It'll be really quick to get there. And there's still a lot of leverage trading happening. You could see 2 days ago. Amount of liquidations in the past 24 hours, total $1 billion. And one account lost 6.48 million. So 6.48 million apparently wasn't enough to trade on. They had to leverage that, maybe do 12 million or 18 million or 20 million, and they got wiped out. So I don't think we're going to move up until that really gets under control. People stop, playing the lottery, stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't used KuCoin really. But anyways, that's why I think we're where we're at. Now the money that's invested, is about fair market value. Looking at Bitcoin, where we're at, we cracked $30,000, but we didn't close below it yet. Can we still? Sure. Should we close below it? I think that we go, that's the dominance chart. I want to see the futures. It's the shorts. I closed it. Okay. So Bitcoin futures, I think that should we close below that, it's a high probability we go to close this gap on the futures chart at 23,795. My next buy order on the downside's in at 24,000, and I want to see above 42,000, above the 200-day moving average before I start buying to the upside. So I'm pretty set where I'm at. I don't have a lot in there, but I'm starting to build my position. If I start to see something that is really showing strength and a reversal, I don't think we see a reversal until I don't think I'd consider it a reversal until we get above this 47,044. That would give me confidence that we're going to start moving back up again. Bull market, bear market, I don't really care. To me, it's clearly a bear market. Got people calling this a crash, and to me, it's like those are the people who have been not considering it a bear market yet, even though we're down 50% over the course of a month at the time, even less, and we haven't recovered. I don't know. That's bear market to me. The time frame on a bear market isn't significant to me. It's it could last a day, and I can consider that one day a bear market. Down 30% or something like that, down 20%, could last a year, could last 2 years. To me, there's no time frame. It's like this is bearish. Technicals are leading fundamentals, although we have had some bad news, with China cracking down, and all news gets sold off, and that's kind of still where we're at. Like Michael Saylor wasn't enough to create a short squeeze. That would have been a really good opportunity, but to me, what I see is I see these wicks. Every time we get down close to 30,000, Bitcoin gets bought up, and then bought up again. So that seems to be really the line in the sand at 30,000 is, can we hold that? And it could be shorts covering right here. That could be all that it is. It could be a combination of shorts covering and buying, or it could just be like strong buyers and there's really not a whole lot of shorts. But 30,000 for me is kind of the line in the sand. Should we close below that, I think we come down to at least 20,000. The nice thing is that we've never, ever, ever broken down past the previous high of the previous halving cycle, which is around 19,797 or something like that, depending on which exchange you're looking at. So I think that a lot of people are looking to load up at 20,000. I don't think we come down really below 20,000. If we do, it's a very, very, very small percentage below. And the fact that people are looking to load up with a lot of money, I think that we don't come down there. I've talked about, too, that I really strongly believe that we're kind of bottoming out here. But that doesn't matter what I think. Just watching these levels, nothing's really changed. 30,000, close below it. I got my buy levels. I got my plan. 42,000, 200-day moving average. Now the 50-day moving average, I got my plan. And you've heard me been saying for a while what I think happens is we move sideways. I think we'll move sideways. We'll get a little bit of resistance from the 50-day moving average coming down. We'll break through it sideways. Then we'll come out, retest the 200-day moving average, probably get rejected, come down. As the 50-day moving average curls back up, I think it'll put upward pressure on the price of Bitcoin and these candles, and that's when we'll break through the 200-day moving average. I'm in no hurry. I think that, that'll take a month, ish, maybe, so mid-July. At that time, that's too far in the future to try to predict. But that's what I'm looking at, and we've been moving sideways for weeks and weeks and weeks. It's still all sideways to me. So whether you get excited when the price goes up or get scared when the price comes down, we're still in a sideways move. It's just a $12,000, $13,000 range. So that sucks. But anyways, moving on to altcoins. Altcoins aren't really doing as well as Bitcoin. That's why I'm focusing on Bitcoin. And people, might say, well, we yet to have an altcoin season. Come on. Went from a $100 billion market cap to a $1.5 trillion market cap while Bitcoin dominance, I'm going to close out of that. Let's leave. Bitcoin dominance dropped significantly, almost to all-time lows. So we've had an alt season. There's no reason to think that we haven't. And Bitcoin dominance is rising. Doesn't really affect the price of Bitcoin. More tells you what to expect from altcoins. And you can see things like Doge had a good recovery, but it was also the one that was down the most. So we're showing a green candle here on the day where you see like Polkadot still red. Some of the bigger names, Matic, still a red candle. You definitely want to see these finish green. Otherwise, you don't know what's going to happen. When Bitcoin went from 10,000 to like 35,000, altcoins didn't really budge all that much from what I remember. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure altcoins didn't really budge. BNB, though it's holding 200-day moving average, still red on the daily candle. 1 inch has had some nice bounces, but it's still red. So Bitcoin, that's why that's the one I'm focusing on. I think for any fuel to be added to the altcoin market, you're going to have to get some people that profit off of a Bitcoin run. And Bitcoin hasn't had a run in a long time, couple months. So if we're going to continue this cycle to the upside, I think Bitcoin's the next one to move. Just my opinion. I'm still going to be watching. Ethereum showing a green candle, so that's good. Hopefully we hold the 200-day moving average. But, nothing really that we didn't see shocking. Not really. Sucks that things are coming down. First 2-3 months of the year were a lot better than the last two and a half. So not really going to go into altcoins, just the overall altcoin market. They're kind of shadowing Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes down, it goes down. These go down a little higher percentage. When Bitcoin goes up, they go up a little higher percentage. So Filecoin, that's showing some, but not looking too hot below the 200. Anyways, let's move on. Moving on into some news articles. Fundamentally, this is a lot of the fundamentals are why I think like long term. I think Bitcoin will keep going to the upside, whether we go to 20,000 or 10,000 first. Supply and demand thing to me. There's the limited supply, increasing interest. If they could run it, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't somebody make money off of it? There's no regulations coming out in 2021. They're going to focus more on the meme stocks like AMC. The SEC is at least AMC and GameStop, stuff like that. Clove, I think now Wish. So hopefully people are making money on those at least. Did really well on AMC and Clove and BB, BlackBerry. So anyways, it's a commodity, so it's worldwide, so it has to be regulated worldwide. But anyways, moving on to the news, we already know that Michael Saylor bought $489 million. He is like another billion in equity that he could use to buy more Bitcoin with, and I'm sure he will at some point. Anyways, just some stuff that I've been kind of paying attention to a little bit. Over 2 million adults in the UK now hold crypto. FCA survey finds, I think the previous was 1.9 million, so it's growing, and these are holders. So growing in the UK. Jack Dorsey, Twitter CEO, founder and CEO, I think. Jack Dorsey notes lobbying efforts to get Ethiopian government to embrace Bitcoin. So starting with these smaller countries. So, these third world smaller countries, because their currency is garbage and it has no value. US dollar, though, probably see, a little move up here. Moving the same way. We're printing money constantly. It's devaluing, but as long as we're not devaluing as fast as other world currencies, it's going to hold its value. Anyways, so you look at like all the other countries. So El Salvador already, adopted Bitcoin and said merchants need to accept it. Paraguay, not sure if they have yet, but Paraguay's on the list. Panama, Brazil. Brazil's a large country. Mexico, they're all looking at it. So look for those ones next. And then, I think that's where it starts, little by little, and that's the opportunity. A lot of people make jokes like, oh, so El Salvador will be the first fourth world country. Possible, yeah. But it has started, That's all I have to say. It's started, and I'd like to see it continue. Could it get put to a stop somehow? Yeah, I'm sure, but it's starting to get used more and more. There's more and more holders. And, more people are getting interested in crypto than they are in stocks. More Brits bought bought crypto than shares last year, a new survey suggests. A new survey suggests Brits have become more eager to invest in cryptocurrencies than in traditional stocks and shares-based investments. So trying to get through this news quickly. A couple more big ones is like, yeah, it doesn't have to be tomorrow. 98% of CFOs say their hedge fund will have invested in Bitcoin by 2026. Next, within 5 years, U.S. hedge funds expect to hold 10.6 of their assets in crypto, so pretty similar headlines, but just saying hedge funds are going to buy crypto. Up to 10% of their portfolios will be in it. Think they want to buy it at 64,000? No. Billions of dollars shorting Bitcoin, could definitely push the price down more than retail can hold it up. So now that, JP Morgan, BlackRock, all these institutions own Bitcoin, they can control it now. So that's good and bad. Anyways, hey guys, I was going to talk about yield farming and bridges and how to get your money or your crypto over like from Ethereum network to Matic network and Binance Smart Chain network and vice versa. But I forgot one section of it when it came to the yield farming when I recorded it, so I'm going to touch on that another time. Plus, I think it's better suited just for another separate video since it will be, like another 20 minutes long. So I'm going to cut it here, keep it here, just update the price of Bitcoin where I see things happening. And right now you could see that like Bitcoin, is holding a little bit above 32,000, and the altcoin market cap is really not. It's turned red. So we want to hold above that 200-day moving average on the altcoin market cap. But Bitcoin is the one that's showing strength right now. If anything, strength on the bounce. We're still watching the same levels, but definitely wanted to cut it here, and I'm going to do another video on yield farming just because I think there's a lot to go over. It's some of them are kind of sketchy, I don't know. One of them is called Ape Swap or something like that, and I don't know. So I want to go do it in a separate video. It's really ticky-tacky. Are there some pros to it? Yes. There's also some cons to it. So I'm going to get into that in the next video. So that being said, we're going to end right here. And if you can, please hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.